For the second time in less than a week, a local city has made a decision about whether to pay to send its city leaders out of state to tour a data center. Those city leaders were invited by a developer who wants to build data centers in several small Oklahoma communities. And there has been major backlash against data centers from residents concerned about massive water and energy usage. Here's News 4's Spencer Humphrey.
Consideration and possible action regarding approval of expenditure of general funds.
New week, different city council, same question.
For official travel to Atlanta, Georgia for a data center site visit and due diligence.
Should a city pay for some of its leaders to fly to Atlanta and tour a data center? On Thursday, we told you that city was Luther, where after a contentious meeting...
Why are we spending money?
The council has just said,
Why? I'm going to address the $1,200.
Okay, then address it now.
I am.
That town's board of trustees ultimately voted no. Monday, it was Piedmont's turn. Once again, the company Beltline Holdings, who recently filed an application to build a data center in Piedmont, offering to give city leaders a tour of that Atlanta facility that they claim is similar to the one they want to build there. Like in Luther, people in Piedmont also making clear they don't want a data center.
I think that if you polled the citizens right now, it would be a dead no.
To me, it's a grift. The whole AI deal is a freaking grift for people that already have money.
But unlike Luther, all but one member of Piedmont City Council voted in favor of sending 2 city staff and a city council member on that trip. Piedmont's mayor actually criticizing Luther's decision.
I think we send our people. That's my opinion. I think they're messing up by not sending somebody. This is pennies. This is pennies to have somebody put eyes on something that they're wanting to build.
They say it's all about due diligence, about knowing what they're up against.
We would like to knock door to door and talk other jurisdictions, because there will be other jurisdictions there as well, and knock door to door around the neighbors.
I would personally like to have more information so we can put more ordinances and resolutions together before they submit anything else.
But others liken it more to whining and dining.
Don't you think it's more of a sales pitch that you're going to get rather than the ins and outs, because they want to put one everywhere?
All that said, while Beltline did offer to pay all the city's travel expenses, council ultimately voted to have the city pay for it. They say out of transparency.
And Spencer Humphrey joins us now to break down the story. Hey, Spencer.
Hey, Heather.
All right, so what did the one Piedmont council member who voted no, what did he have to say?
Well, he said something similar to what we heard the Board of Trustees members in Luther saying the other day, which was not that they're necessarily fully against this idea of taking this trip, but that right now it feels a little bit like putting the cart before the horse when there's not a formal proposal in front of council to vote on yet. Okay. There's no guarantee that these plans may end up coming to fruition. Whereas if there were formal plans in front of council for them to vote on, then they would know, okay, it's worth it to take this trip because we have to vote one way or the other on this. So that was that council member's argument, that it's just a little premature to do this.
Okay, so where else has Beltline proposed building a data center?
Well, they proposed it, as we said, in Luther, as well as nearby Piedmont in Yukon, in both of those communities.
And we've heard about leaders in some cities like those signing non-disclosure agreements with Beltline. Why are they doing that? Well,
in the case of Luther and Yukon, those are the 2 cities where leaders had signed non-disclosure agreements. In Piedmont, they did not. But in Luther and in Yukon, they say it's because Beltline is not the company that is going to be using these data centers when they're built. Beltline is just the developer who builds them. And then they build them for what they call an end user. So think a big data company, maybe Facebook, Google, any of those big companies you can think of, Amazon. So it's one of those end users that will end up using it. But Beltline has told leaders in Yukon and Luther who that end user company might be. And so because of that, they have signed this non-disclosure agreement to not share who that end user company is.
Okay, so what's the next step then for the data center in Piedmont?
Well, right now it's gone to the city's planning department, and right now they are still in the application process. Their application's being reviewed, but the planning department still has to give them feedback and they can make adjustments, and then it would go to the planning commission for a vote. If it passes there, then it would go in front of the city council for a vote.
And as we mentioned, some residents are really concerned about the excess water and energy usage too.
Yeah, for sure, because I mean, these data centers can, depending on how they're designed, need a lot of water to run. They need a lot of electricity, and a lot of these places that they want to build them, especially this one in Piedmont, it's kind of out on the edge of town. It's actually out in Kingfisher County in a very rural part of Piedmont, and also the one in Luther as well. I mean, these are areas where that kind of water infrastructure, that kind of electric infrastructure is not there right now. So there's concern, will the cost to expand this infrastructure, who's going to pay for that? Is it going to be passed on to just you and me and our electric bills? Who's going to be paying those costs to expand this infrastructure for these companies? And will we ultimately see a benefit out of it? It's a question a lot of people are asking right now.
Yeah, lots of questions remain on this. All right, Spencer, Humphrey, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And our forewarned storm team is tracking storms. Mike has your full forecast when we come back.